This is the RV Advisor Podcast with your host, Tom Alexander. Get all the latest information, trends, advice from experts, stories from the road, and more in the world of recreational vehicles. Now, here's Tom.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the RV Advisor Podcast. My name is Tom Alexander, and today I am joined by Randy and Caly Behymer. And the Behymers are in Wyoming near the Grand Tetons. And as you can see, for those watching the video, for those listening, we can tell you that they're in their RV, captain's chairs in the background. They're all ready to go. How are you guys?
Great. How are you doing?
We're doing very well, thank you. And everybody's feeling good and everybody's safe in your neck of the woods?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Staying healthy.
Good to hear. Good to hear. That's great. And so are you sort of holed up there in the Grand Tetons? Or you been moving around a little bit? Or you tell us what's been going on lately with you guys?
We have been doing actually quite a bit of traveling lately. So, COVID has really changed our world, and we decided to socially distance the best way possible in our RV. And we took some time and went out to Arizona and spent a couple weeks in the Sonoran Desert, which was absolutely amazing. And it was cute because my sister called me, and she's a lot younger than me, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're out traveling." And I looked out the window and I'm like, well, the next RV is about 3 football fields away, so I think we're okay.
Yeah, it sure sounds it. That's great. And it's funny because it's been a recurring theme here on the podcast lately where folks are, isolating in their RVs. And it's one of the best places you can be. You've got a home on wheels and you can kind of just do everything there and confine and all that stuff. And it's one of the safest modes, certainly one of the safest modes of travel and living.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that, there's been a surge in the RV industry as a whole of new people entering in and buying RVs that have never done it before for that very purpose of this is safe. It's my family. We're in a contained unit. We can socially distance from other folks, but still have that community feel of RVing and having that RV lifestyle.
Yeah, it's really great. I mean, we have seen a spike, and it's a spike that we actually appreciate, right? As opposed to the COVID spikes. Hey, man, right? But we're definitely seeing a certain uptick, a big uptick, I should say, in people, first timers. Getting into the RVs and it's also doubling as isolation units for people in the medical field, fighting the virus and working and kind of staying away from their own families by having an RV, even like a little teardrop or something like that they might get. And tell us what you guys are in. It looks pretty impressive from this angle.
Well, we appreciate that. So we do a lot of hiking. We've been RVing for about 7 years. I've been camping out. It goes back to Boy Scouts, being young and all that. I've always enjoyed camping. I married her and took her tent camping one time, and she's that's enough. I want my own bathroom. I want I want my own shower. And so now we're glamping.
8 years later.
She definitely tells all her friends that she's camping now. And I'm like, honey, this is not camping. We're driving in a 41-foot Class A motorhome.
Diesel pusher.
It's a hotel.
It is a hotel on wheels, right? So that's it. Like, so you guys you're out of the brick and mortar completely, or do you have
We haven't made that jump, and I don't know if we'll ever make that jump. We actually have a home on the Ohio River in Kentucky. So we're between Louisville and Cincinnati. That is our stationary home. We found that about every 2 weeks is when we're about ready to go back home, and we'd stay at home for about 2 weeks, and we're ready to go back out on the road. So
right.
That's kind of the interval. But no, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Finish your sentence. That's fine.
I was going to say that, this whole magazine was kind of birthed. We love to hike. We're avid hikers. I'm a photographer. She's a writer. And so we were out in the middle of a hike. I don't remember where we were, about a year and a half ago. And we were kind of we subscribe to all the different motor magazines out there, Motorhome and the Trailer Lives and all that, and they're great magazines. But like, wouldn't it be great if we had a magazine that just focused on the destination, didn't get into the reviews of RVs, didn't get into how you clean out your
RV
black tank.
Yeah.
Right. Just something that only
just the destination.
Right. And so we were able to take kind of my photography and her writing and put something together. And so that's kind of where it all birthed and kind of how it all happened.
Yeah, that's terrific. So you really kind of pulled your talents. One is a writer, the other's a photographer, and pretty darn good place to start for a magazine, right? Kind of talk about essential workers. That's really what you need, right, for a magazine.
Right. That's exactly right.
That's right.
Yeah. So RV Destinations, that's plural, RVDestinationsMagazine.com is where folks can go. And is it strictly online, or is there a actual print version too?
We've struggled with this. We are launching it July 15th as a design black and white type. But the costs are just such huge hurdles to overcome. And when you look at our magazine, it's more of like a coffee table style. It's going to have stunning images in it. It's going to have
big full page spreads.
Big full page spreads. And so this is really designed for a beautiful 5K screen and that kind of thing. So we've looked at some pricing, and we would have to charge about $30 an issue to make it feasible, and I just don't know anybody that's going to pay $30 an issue.
Yeah, unless it comes out like once a year or something,
Right, exactly. That's exactly right.
And that's something you might look into down the road of offering print publications, and right now it's all digital, which is great because no matter where you go, you have your digital copy with you on your iPad, which is fantastic.
Well, and also part of the whole component is, the magazines that are still in print, when you look at them, you're seeing tons and tons of advertising, because they frankly, they have to do it. That's where they make their money, in the advertising, not in the subscribership. And we are limiting our advertisement to a very, very small portion of the magazine. We want people to actually, when they subscribe to our magazine, we want them to actually get true content and not a bunch of commercials.
Well, yeah, and that's refreshing. Certainly, people really like to dig into the content. I find when I'm watching a ball game, although not recently, or a movie or something on TV, and the commercials come on, it's like mute. I don't want to hear it. I just want to chill out and get back to whatever it is I'm watching. We're speaking with Randy and Caly Behymer, and they're speaking to us today from the great state of Wyoming, near the Grand Tetons, and we have more to talk about with our friends here, and we'll be back. This is the RV Advisor podcast. Back in a moment. RV owners, it's no secret that those manufacturers' warranties just don't cut it. Get the peace of mind you deserve and step up to the RV Advisor Extended Warranty Plan. Visit thervadvisor.com or call 833-229-0911. That's 833-229-0911. We are back on the RV Advisor podcast. I'm Tom Alexander, and my guests today are Randy and Caly Behymer, and the Behymers are in Wyoming, and they are the publishers, the writers, the photographers, you name it. They do it all for their magazine, which is RVDestinationsMagazine.com. And tell people a little bit about where they can find it, what their best place to go, and they want to learn more about it and all the things you have to offer.
Absolutely. So best place to go right now is RVDestinationsMagazine.com, which takes you obviously out to our website. A lot of good information. We're constantly adding information and new resources to the website. But one of the things you'll notice as soon as you go to our website is you'll get a pop-up screen that asks you to join our mailing list. If you drop in your email address into our mailing list, you are going to get our first issue for free, which is exciting. It's about 160, 170 pages full of content of destinations, campsite reviews. We have a featured destination that we kind of really dig into, go to different museums and locations and do write-ups on the entire area. So just, again, a lot of great information for people to get out there and get for free on the first issue.
Yeah, and the magazine's going to be available on the App Store and App Market and Google Play Store, and also a company called Mags Fast. We are looking at Amazon and adding a desktop feature down the road. That's in the works right now, but we don't have any ETA on that. But so it should be live. We're crossing our fingers. We're still going through Apple approval and all that kind of stuff right now, but we're shooting for July 15th. If we can get it up a little bit earlier, we're going to do that as well. So,
are there any other folks helping you out in this process of getting the magazine out, or is it really a two-person operation?
No, we've been blessed enough, the RV community is such a tight-knit community that we started reaching out to some other people within the community. We put some advertisements on Facebook and on Instagram looking for content contribitors. We've had a wonderful response. So we actually have
10 writers and photographers working for us in issue 2. So, then... Oh, go ahead.
So issue 1, a lot of that work was us, and then the issues moving forward, we have a lot of content contributors that are helping us with it, which is fantastic.
Yeah. So issue 2, we've got somebody out in Oregon writing about Oregon. We've got somebody in Durango writing about that area. We're going to actually be in Boston, and we're out here. Our main purpose in the Grand Teton is we want to get a beautiful cover photo for our issue number 2, and so. Hopefully, it's been raining since we got here, so hopefully tomorrow we got clear skies to get that cover photo. So
if not, it might be a little cloudy cover photo.
Well, you know what? There can be some really gorgeous shots with clouds too and rain, and
absolutely.
you can get some cool stuff with that as well. So hey, it's in one of the most beautiful spots on the whole planet, right? I mean, it's. I'll tell you, the western part of this country is astounding. We live in South Florida, which is a beautiful place, but and I grew up in Pennsylvania, and there's there's beautiful spots all over the country, all over the planet. But man, I'll tell you, in the western part of the U.S., there are some just jaw-dropping vistas, and certainly the Grand Tetons is one of those. So that's you're in a great spot.
It really is, and that's again, kind of the whole premise of our magazine was to get people that maybe haven't thought of traveling to different destinations before. We have good friends that are campers, and they camp typically within 100 miles of their house. Yeah. And to encourage people to
get out further.
There's so much beauty here in the United States, and there's something for everyone. Whether you're a tent camper, whether you're in a big Class A like us, or you're a pull behind or a teardrop, whatever it is, the magazine is designed for every type of adventurer that wants to get out and find a new place to go.
And we anytime I look at a beautiful picture, whether it be on TV, whether it be in a magazine, I instantly think, how can we get the RV there? That's my first thought. Check and see if there's a campground closed or a boondocking spot.
Right.
And so that was kind of a large part of this magazine, was if we can offer stunning images, we want people to look at it and say, okay, this is where I want to go.
I want to go there.
And Tom, everything that we predicted leading up to all this is kind of coming true, in the sense that there is a huge demand. Let me give you kind of an idea of the demand out there. We started just slowly advertising on Facebook just under about 4 weeks ago. We had 35 subscribers on Facebook. Now we've got almost 11,000. That in less than a month. Instagram, not as great as results. We've increased it about 600. We're right around 1,100, I think, followers there, but we were at about 400 when we started, 500 somewhere in that area. So people are very, very interested. And some of the comments we're getting on the social media sites are, I'd love to go here, and they're tagging friends like, we should go here,
and sharing it,
right? And sharing it, and so it's really building up its own life of its own, and we're excited about that, because that's exactly what we were hoping for and wanting.
Yeah, boy, that's terrific. Now I will tell our viewers, now the listeners, people who consume this podcast ears only won't know this, but I can see some activity behind you guys. There's just a little bit of movement. Some folks, some furry friends moving around back there. So
we travel, so we're insane, and it's because of me. I'm the animal person here.
You're the animal person. So tell us who we got back there.
We've got 3 dogs.
Uh-huh.
We've got 2 boxers. We have Zoe, who is reverse brindle. She's all black and white. We have Bella, who's a fawn. And then we have Tyson, who's an American Bulldog, 130-pound American Bulldog. And then we recently started bringing our cat with us as well. So 3 dogs
kidding.
and a cat.
Oh man, so you guys are, you're just loaded up there. That's you're using every square inch of that Class A. That's terrific.
Yeah, which is why we ended up going so large. I was like, hey, let's get another dog. Hey, let's bring this dog with us.
How's that working out, Randy? You happy about that?
Yeah, well, I always tease her. We've only been married 6 years. This is both the second marriage for both of us. But I had the wife and the kids and all that, so I don't have this.
I've never had children.
She doesn't have children, so she doesn't have this big need to.
So instead, I'm like, let's get another dog.
Yeah.
And
No,
so,
listen, I
love dogs. Next guy.
I've got plenty of family members and friends that are exactly the same way. Their dogs are their kids, and or cats or whatever. And we've had dogs a long time. We don't right now, but they are real key members of any family. That's for sure. Our guests are the Behymers, Randy and Caly. And to wrap things up, where's the next destination after this?
Well, we're going to leave here in 3 days and go over to Yellowstone. But when we get back home, we'll be heading to Hilton Head, and then 2 weeks later, we're going to be going up to Boston, then on up to Bar Harbor, then out to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and South Padre Island in the year.
We forgot about Bedeck.
Oh yeah, we're going up to Bedeck, Ontario, if the border ever opens up, which is a beautiful part of Canada, up in Ontario, I believe.
Wow, that's great. Boy, it sounds like you've got a lot planned, and continue to stay safe. Let folks know where online, separate of the website, which we will say again is rvdestinationsmagazine.com. Where can they track some of your travels online, Facebook or Instagram or wherever? You tell us.
Absolutely. We got an Instagram and Facebook presence, and both of those are RV Destinations Magazine. And you can find us out there. We're constantly updating and showing folks where we've been, where we'd like to go, where some of our contributors have been, and where they'd like to go. So, yeah.
Terrific.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great. Well, it's been great to visit with you. We really appreciate your time. And we'd love to have you on again, and looking forward to the second issue of your magazine coming out. And how many times a year you think you'll be putting out an issue?
So we are a quarterly publication. We're going to be putting it out July 15th to be our first. Then we'll have October 15th, January 15th, and April 15th. Just
gotcha. Okay.
Time for time.
That sounds great. And again, folks,
and then find a place to go.
Yeah. It is rvdestinationsmagazine.com. And again, our guests were Randy and Caly Behymer. They are in Wyoming, and then onward and upward to all other wonderful destinations across the great USA. Folks, thanks again. We'll see you sometime soon again. All right. This is the RV. Thank you. This is the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.